will work. Huh. I guess we will see. I don't know that it will work. Okay. We'll see. This is very weird. And there's a Nala that is going crazy. Well, now she's eating. But she snatches her food out of her bowl and runs. She learned that from Roscoe. She's only 9 or 8 weeks. And yeah, that is happening. So, I wonder what my start. Let me put you right here. I don't know if this is going to work, but we're going to attempt it. And okay, this is what's happening. So I'm going to make spaghetti. I don't know where to look. So I'm boiling the water, or the water is already boiled. You just heard the air conditioning come on. And then you just break it and toss it on in there. Like so. And I don't know where my other spatula is, so we're just gonna go with this bad boy. Do that right there. I'm probably not going to be talking a lot, just because I have a headache. But I just wanted to see if this would work. I mean, obviously I don't know how it's working right now, because it's still live, and I will have to check afterwards. But this is how I would make it easier and the least bit messy. You get these big old tubes of ground beef. This one's 73% lean, 27% fat. Just put it in the pan. Making spaghetti. I don't have any spaghetti sauce, as I forgot to get some. So we're going to use taco seasoning to kind of help it taste better. And then with what I'm not using at the moment, we'll just tie it back up. Now I'm going to use this part. Little Nola's over there being super duper cute. I hate cooking when I have a headache because I'm like weak and any type of physical labor, which is cooking, makes the headache worse. Alright, I'm just going to let that sit for just a second. Because that already wore me out. Like, my head started to hurt really bad. Nails are still not done. I tried, and like, I don't know if I learned this from Maurice or if I knew this before. At this moment, I really can't think. I think what I'll do is I'll just look at that one, because this one is mainly on this. Anywho, but, you know, I already knew somewhat about how, like, when you're cooking and stuff, you don't have to cook everything on high. You know, you can cook it on a lower temperature, that way it cooks better. Like, I knew that about like steaks and stuff and chicken, but like, yeah. So I'm just gonna cook this on a little bit, 1 up from medium, not on high. So like my dials, I have 1 through 9, or well, low through high, so it's 1 through 9, and I have it on 6 for the meat. For the noodles, I have it on high. And they'll be done in just a minute. And when you use the taco seasoning, you don't want to put the taco seasoning in until after you drain your meat. Since this has more fat in it than what I usually use, because I use the one that has the more meat or the more fat in it when I am making burgers, because it helps them to stick together. Like, the fat obviously helps the burgers stick together better. But like, I only had this, and I really wanted to make spaghetti because it was going to be the easiest thing to make at the time. Whatever. Okay. So, I've got the noodles. And I'm going to drain that real quick. What? Sorry, Nolan. No, leave it. Leave it. Struggles when you have a puppy. Alright, so I'm just draining it real quick. And then putting the noodles back in there. And I'm going to put them right here so that, well, put them right there, so they'll not cook anymore. The meat is almost done. I also have to drain the meat once it's done browning. Oh, this head. The other thing too is you don't want to pour the grease So any of the liquid that comes out of the burgers, you don't want to put, or the burgers, the meat, you don't want to put down your drain, your sink drain. So anytime you get like a glass sauce of some sort, just pour it in there. I gotta move this so that I don't splash that. So, yeah. And if you do pour it down your drain, your sink drain, just make sure that you have like hot scalding water or hot water going down your drain as well. Clean like from the faucet to make sure that it doesn't mess up your drain. The drying points. Okay, so this is almost done. I usually try and drain it like in between, just so it cooks easier, but I really don't feel like doing that right now. Off up there. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and turn off the meat. It's still going to cook a little bit while I have it on here. But I'm moving it around and trying to chop it up so that it's small but still has slight chunks in it, kind of, for like meatball typeness. Okay, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to drain it. One thing you need to be careful with, if you still have your burner on and you do that, make sure that you wipe the grease. I don't have the burner on anymore and it's not hot anymore, but make sure that if the burner is still on, that you wipe the grease off of the pan, because it can cause a grease fire, and you don't want that. Not saying that it will, but it can. And obviously you don't want that. So I'm just kind of rinsing this off a little bit right now so that it's easier to clean later. Let that sit for a second in there. And then take your taco seasoning mix. You can use the whole thing or you can just use a little bit. To start off with, I like to use just a little bit. Kind of mix it in there real quick. If you would like, because I don't have any, yep, and then that happens, you just dump it over. I gotta get some. I'm probably gonna use a can of salsa or pizza sauce for the sauce because obviously since there's no sauce in the spaghetti in here, it's obviously dry. So just actually look like I might have some open. I do not have any. So we'll just use some pizza sauce. I'll probably also use a little bit of, I don't know, let me see. Let me just do this real quick and see what I think. This is how you improvise when you don't have what you need. I was just looking to see how long this has been. Oh, my freaking head is making my neck hurt. Or my neck is making my head hurt worse. And yes, I hold it like this every now and then because I have tendonitis and arthritis and carpal tunnel and all of that lovely stuff, so it hurts to hold my hand the same way in the same position for too long. Alright, so that's that. I'm just going to go ahead and pour the whole thing in there, the rest of it, just because it's literally like nothing left in here. I feel like I have to close my eyes every now and then. Alright. This is what I'm talking about. We usually kind of like save our jars and stuff. I already have enough jars saved up, so I don't really have to worry about that. And then you want to make it a little bit more like soupy, I guess. Just add some water. And then, yeah, that's literally it. I like to keep the meat and the sauce separate from the noodles so that you can kind of choose how you want, like how much of each you want. But what I also like to do, I'm going to turn that off, is to take some of this because our noodles have been sitting for a minute, so they're, they're kind of stuck together now. What I like to do, they're kind of like rubbery now, is take my spoon and take a scoopful, go ahead and put it in the noodles, and mix that around. It kind of makes them a little bit more slippery again, and kind of helps to break them up and all that. Get a little bit more. And yeah, I'm not a noodle person at all. I don't like noodles. The only noodles that I like is in macaroni and cheese, and it's the elbow noodles. The cheap elbow noodles. See, now, well, that didn't really prove my point, but trust me, it's a lot less cray-cray. And that is that. I hope that this video worked. I hope that it, you know, turned out the way that I wanted it to. I highly doubt it. It might do 2 separate videos, and I might have to just, I might have to put them on private and then put them together and then go live. Or, then, yeah. Alright. I will see everybody later. Meat. Noodles. Let me show the meat. It's not going to switch. It doesn't want to switch. So, meat. Noodles. Alright. Bye.